Library tour! I'm gonna give you guys a little tour of all my books, okay? Buckle up, here we go. This is my newest edition. This entire rotating bookshelf is just indie authors and friends of mine. It spins, which is pretty sick, so I got lots of room to stuff like about 100 books here. It's made by Fly City Furniture, and they were nice enough to send me a free one. If you'd like a discount on your own, just go to my website and there's a 10% off discount for you. Now, this entire bookcase is just fantasy, except for this row. This is all nonfiction, with the exception of two of my favorite fantasy worlds of all time, Earthsea and Middle-earth. Also, check out my Funkos up top. These are all from properties that have inspired me creatively. And that Dovahkiin Funko from Skyrim is signed by Charles Martinet. He's the voice of Paarthurnax. So sick. So yeah, fantasy for days, and my nonfiction stuff right up here. Here we've got my Zelda Legos. Will they get built one day? That remains to be seen. I heard that Legos appreciate in value like gold, so I'm like, do I just keep it in the box, treat it like an investment? I don't know, haven't decided yet. But this is bookcase number 2. First two shelves up top are classics. A lot of banned books, a lot of the stuff people make you read in high school. Honestly, I love classic literature. It is my jam. Once you get to about this point, it starts being realistic fiction. So we got some thrillers and stuff, and it goes down to this row where we got some John Green, and then from here it starts being horror, and then from this point on, it starts being graphic novels and comics. Mouse and Watchmen in particular, masterpieces. If you haven't read them, you need to. Bottom two rows, we got poetry. Your boy loves poetry. Then I got books on the craft of writing, and this bottom row is self-help and business stuff. I'm not really huge into nonfiction, but there are some business and self-help books that I think have been really good. Like Mindset by Carol Dweck. This book changed my life. I think everyone should read it. And time for bookshelf number 3, Wizard Staff. Fern. The top shelf is all stuff that I've written. These are all of my books. You see a lot of my books in like previous iterations, covers that are no longer valid. Got my collections of stories and poems, Legend of by far my most popular book, bar none. Then we got the Hammer Fist series and the Wesleyan Chronicles. This though is the first book I ever published, like the first physical book I ever published. It's foreordained, the first book in the Wesleyan Chronicles, but this was the original cover that I did back when I was in college. As you can see, it's gone through a handful of iterations. We've gone from this to this to this, and I think this is the best one, honestly. Anyway, moving on. These are all sci-fi and dystopia, stuff like that. Some of my very favorites include Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and of course Scythe. I also really like the Murderbot Diaries. These are great reads. Children's books, not a lot of them. There's some absolute bangers here, like Holes. Friggin' Holes rules. And finally, church books. I was raised Mormon, so we've got some scriptures and some old stuff that I read and I just haven't gotten rid of. Joseph Smith Rough Stone Rolling is actually a really good biography, and it was written by a Columbia University historian, so if that sounds interesting to you, cool. Anyway, them's my books. Yay.